Okay, we're back. I like that song. Wish there was a better translation of the lyrics. Okay, time for some sussy music. I mean, not sussy music, but sexy music. Or maybe that jazz song again. I don't know. Whoopsie. Um, oh, here you are. Hi. Let's see. Let's try this one. Let's try this song. Stereotypical sexy music. No, I'm not playing that. Okay, let's see. Something else. What else do I have? Guess I should have to go with that jazz music again. Should have downloaded better music. Actually, let's go with the stereotypical sexy music. Let's try that out. Okay, now where'd I leave off at? Let me find my place. Wow, I got through most of this than I thought. Okay, I think I was right around here. Scaramouche hops up, reaching his hand up. He was so caught up that he didn't notice his robe falling off his shoulders. Finally, the man cast the music. Finally, the man casts his eyes down at Scaramouche's half-naked body. The delivery man whistles. Scaramouche tugs his robe back up to his chest with a scowl on his face. It was like quicksand. The more he struggled, the worse it would get. He tries being less forceful with his body and exerts all of it through his voice, as if it will make the delivery man more lenient. Give it back! Now, the delivery man wags his finger. Scaramouche clenches his teeth, imagining himself biting down on it. The former's eyes pinch at the corners as he considers Scaramouche's unfortunate circumstance. Now you know not to mess with people handing you packages, huh? This music is not helping. The burning sensation over his face was either angst or arousal. Regardless, the delivery man's eyes narrowed as his smirk deepened. The tables have turned. What do you want? Scaramouche grits through his teeth. Ooh, now that's a deal I don't mind. The cheeky grin on the delivery man's face makes Scaramouche. The music. This music is not helping at all. The cheeky grin on the delivery man's face makes Scaramouche's fist around his robe tighten. Okay, good, it's over. That was no help. Let me put on that jazz music. Okay. Let me think. Obviously, it was a ploy to stall, to make Scaramouche wallow in his own miserable state longer than necessary. The former hums in thought, but eventually looks at the thingamabob. A glint of mischief flashes in his eyes. The delivery man. I think he's called that because it's like a role play. They're like dressed up and everything. At first, the proposition was outrageous, but the delivery man insisted that he wasn't going to move unless he saw it himself. How Scaramouche uses his new package. He almost emphasized his rather long day. It doesn't take long to get on his knees. His robe pulls around his body as he bounced on the doodad. Any anger he harbored had been pushed to the side with reckless, desperate abandon. The loop bottle had gotten thrown to the side after being slicked onto the doodad. He didn't even bother with the fact that he was supposed to be angry. This felt too good. Oh wait. Oops, I think I just realized something. This tweeted out, and I think the title of the video, oh shoot. Let me go nuke that. Hi, Proven. It's been a while. Like a long while. I haven't seen you in months. Like 3-4 months. Oh, by the way, this is a dirty reading stream, so you might want to be careful about that. Oh, I almost forgot. There we go. Put child back on the screen. Okay. Meanwhile, the man in front of him hadn't taken a single piece of clothing off. His pants were still tugged down to allow Scaramouche to swallow down his ding-dong. Wait, what? So wait. He's on the thingamajig. And he's on the thingamajig. And he got his dong in his mouth. Wow, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I like this, how this author thinks. Nice. He ran his hands through Scaramouche's hair. All the while he sat at the edge of the couch, watching Scaramouche's mind break. It was humiliating. If anyone walked in, they would have assumed it was Scaramouche's idea to slut himself out on the floor with the doodad. He looked so desperate to you know, hey Proven, you know this is a 18, like, this is like You okay with like dirty fanfics? So like, just don't want you to get weirded out or nothing because you walked in on a sussy moment. I actually missed you. Oh, thanks. It's nice to hear when someone misses me because I hardly ever think anybody missed me. I know Jackson misses me, which is nice. He looked so desperate to come under his delivery man's scrutiny. Every time his butt met the floor and pinched another whorish moan out of his lips, it reminded him he was below everything and anything, even to a stranger who had practically barged into his home. His dong felt heavy in his mouth, and he had to breathe out his nose. Its immense size has him choking. His fingers crease the pants as he grips onto him. The delivery man doesn't bother to move his hips deeper into Scaramouche's mouth. Even with one hand gripped onto his dark locks, he didn't shove Scaramouche further down. Rather, he stayed to ensure that Scaramouche kept a good pace with his mouth. What? What do you mean, what, Jaxie? What? What do you mean? It's true. Like, you're like the only one who's, like, from my recent memory, you're the only one who actively tells me when you miss me. The delivery man doesn't... Oh, I read this part. Scaramouche Scaramouche moved his dong to the side of his mouth, showing the giant bulge of his ding-a-ling poking out from under his cheek. The man hisses under his breath. Scaramouche felt used, having his whole and mouth filled. His mind entertains the brief fantasy of having another person under him, effing up into him as he sucks his delivery man's ding-a-ling dong. He makes his hips speed up and whine. For all the man knew, Scaramouche was getting too excited over sucking his dong. To be fair, it wasn't far from the truth. God, he was such a slut. He continued to plunge his head up and down his thingy, making sure that he was as loud as he could be. He pushes out more saliva onto his thingy. Yeah, that's right, push some more out. To make the scene all the more messy. I believe in making messes. When spit dribbles down, Scaramouche would bring his tongue to push it back onto the man's thingy. Eventually, it became futile. Vibrations ran across the man's dong as Scaramouche continued to ride the thingamajig. It really was a worthy purchase. Alright, that's enough. The hand on his hair yanks him off. A thick string of saliva hangs from his lips and breaks apart as it dips further to the floor. Scaramouche's hips pause and he pouts. Was he not good enough? Did I do something wrong? The pitiful act draws a blunt laugh from the delivery man. Now you care about your guest's needs? Scaramouche frowns, and perhaps that was enough for the delivery man to yield some forgiveness. Under his breath, he could hear him whisper, "Cute," and rub the bottom of his chin the way someone would for a pet. From such small praise, Scaramouche found more reasons to entertain him. He had Scaramouche on his back on the couch, his knees pressed into his shoulders, with his booty pointed up, and his lower back off the couch, forcing him into a rather vulnerable position. Wait, I'm sorry, what is happening? He had Scaramouche on his back on the couch, his knees pressed into his shoulders, with his booty pointed up, and his lower back off the couch. Oh, so that's what's happening. Wow. Oh, let me catch up. Oh, that's so cute. It's just the truth, Jaxie. We're really doing this already? You can't be really doing another 6 hours. Oh, no. See, the thing is, that's the name of the story. See? 6 hours with Scaramouche. That's the name of the story. And each chapter isn't like an hour of like dirty stuff. So like this is like hour 4. I'm almost done with this one, so this will be a very short stream. So no, I'm not going another 6 hours. That's just the name of the fic. Should probably put it in like quotes or something. No way would I read for another 6 hours. Nope. I have roleplays to respond to. Ain't that right, Jaxie? And everyone else I've abandoned after I just got back into my role-playing groove. I abandoned before I even get started. Oh my god. Scaramouche frowns, and perhaps that was enough for the delivery man to yield some forgiveness. Under his breath, he could hear him whisper, "Cute." He rubbed the bottom of his chin the way someone would do for a pet. You should do it in quotes. Yeah, I think I'll fix it. Isn't what right? Oh, you do. Yeah, I have about, I think you've responded to 4 of them. 4 or 3 of them. I'm avoiding everybody. I hate that. That's so funny. Hey y'all, do we have ice cream this time? Oh, brilliant idea, Eva. Dashy doesn't know. That way I call him Dashy is Jaxie. Jaxie doesn't know about that. We'll do ice cream. We'll probably go back to chapter 2 of this fic. Unless Rena has sent me that Chiscara fic she was talking about. Because I don't have anything new to read. By the way, do you know where I can find some role players? Yes, actually, Instagram. You can't have my Scara. Don't worry. No one's gonna take me from you, Jaxie. But Vucky, if you're gonna roleplay on Instagram, I have a very dumb idea, and I want to see if I can outsmart the creators. Well, try Instagram. Are you roleplaying Genshin? Cause there's a tag called GIRP, which is just like abbreviation of Genshin Impact Roleplay. You can check that tag for any worthy people. Or you could contact this user. It's this user. Who knows where you can find role players. You know, just like contact this person. They know where to find them. Just contact that person. So like, if you need any, either go to Instagram and check that tag, or contact that person. No, some random monster roleplay. Oh, well, you can still check Instagram. There probably check like maybe there's a tag for like monster roleplay or something, or check species specific tags like dragon roleplay, but like dragon RP, monster RP, such and such. Random monster roleplay. Okay, back to this. From such small praise, me staring at Scara. Yeah, that person. They know a lot of people that they could direct you to. Like, if you're building an arsenal. I mean, if you were building an arsenal of Genshin role players. Such a small praise. Scaramouche found more reasons to entertain him. Let me make this a little smaller. There. I read this part already. Scaramouche couldn't help but feel more excited than nervous about being taken on his couch by a total stranger. His glossed eyes were enough proof that the bratty homeowner was completely gone. First, the man inserts the doodad. It enters easily, and Scaramouche thinks that's all there is to it. He slowly pushes it in and out, and the pace has Scaramouche whimpering. It wasn't good enough. Then he leaves the doodad there. Scaramouche lifts his head up, but he flies back down, and he feels lubed fingers prodding at his hole. Oh my god, oh my god. The fingers create a stretch, and it makes him squirm. Hey, Jaxie, didn't... Now I'm gonna text that. Okay, back to the story. Okay. Hold on. Please tell me she sent me the goods. She has not sent me the goods. I want to do ice cream time. Ooh. A flower leak? Oh, I should be getting back to the story, but... Okay, back to the story. Okay. I just thought she sent me the link to that fix she was talking about. Cause I want to do another ice cream censorship thing. He moved one hand over his mouth. His teeth were chattering. Oh God, he was excited from all of this. When the fingers fit through an F to him, it creates an unholy fountain of moans. He clenches his teeth to calm his nerves. Wailing moans descended into grunts and growls, and it shouldn't sound hot at all. Even trying to hold the sounds make them worse, make them more feral. The man leers down at him. See how loose you are? The man drizzles more lube on his fingers and adds another digit into his hole. I have to whisper. I hear someone. She's right outside the door in the hallway. His face heats up. He is positive that it is red all over. The random man was testing his limits that he didn't even know he could reach. Okay, so that was my mom. She came in real quick as I was reading a dirty sentence, but thank God I was whispering. OMG, you hear someone? Yeah, that was my mom. Okay, now let's continue. See how loose you are? The man drizzles more lube on his fingers and adds another digit into his hole. His face heats up. He is positive that it is red all over. This random man was testing his limits and that he didn't even know he could reach. You are just one. His fingers jab into him with each word. One loose cunt. Scaramouche presses his hand down harder over his mouth. His voice shakes underneath the pressure, and his long legs shake. Each jab of his fingers makes his leg kick in all sorts of directions. When he was about to come, pleasure written all over his face, pressure written all over his features, and his voice box practically grazed and ruined from his groans, the fingers stopped. He couldn't even lift his head to see what happened. His eyes tilt down, and there he sees the man pulling his pants further down. With more lube, he slathers it all over his long, hard dong. this was all over, Scaramouche's hole would be dripping with that clear fluid. A shuddering breath accompanies that thought. The man's voice makes Scaramouche look up. The man takes his coat off, but keeps the sweater with the delivery symbol on it. You're way too excited to have 2 dongs inside you. Oh my gosh. It was true. His body was thrumming from his near orgasm as well as the anticipation. He doesn't deny it, but brings his hand back under his knee and pushes his ass further up. The man laughs at the promiscuous display of surrender. I am going to have so much fun with you. The delivery man lifts himself up, balancing one leg on the ground while the other crouched on the couch. His figure over him creates a dark pit in his stomach, and he can feel it drop as it settles in. He was going to have to fit 2 large dongs inside of him. His cock slides into his entrance. Scaramouche's hole stretches with each slow push, and it took a minute for the man to completely bury himself inside. The delivery guy was huge. His body looped over him as his cock stretched Scaramouche's hole more. Big hands wrap around the back of Scaramouche's knees, pressing him even further down, and his own hands trapped under his hold. He could be crushed like this. Wait a second, what is happening? Each second deepens the crease on his face as he adjusts to the size. Shh. Breathe. A hand caresses his cheek. He just noticed the tears streaming down his face. He moves one hand and presses it closer. He sobs. It was so comforting. He needed it so badly. The rough texture of skin against his cheek. The hands of someone who could protect him and would take good care of him. He purses his lips and takes deep breaths through his nose. Be good for me. Pure infatuation fuels him, deludes him. He chokes out. It doesn't sound like anything, so he just nods. A thumb wipes away the tears before his hand leaves his cheek. He needs to be good. I'm crying. Oh boy. How do you always get confused with what is happening? It's hard for me to picture the positions in my head. Every 5 minutes you go, what is happening? Because it's kind of hard for me to like picture what is going on. Because like, I guess I'm not reading it clearly enough. I don't know. Slowly, the man moves his cock out before pressing it back inside. Scaramouche rolls his eyes back at the intrusion and claws at his own skin as much as he can underneath the man's hands. After a while, it was starting to feel good. In fact, it felt really good. The stretching was so satisfying, and the man's cock aimed directly at his prostate. It all mounted onto the growing pleasure. Every time the man buried his entire cock inside, it would elicit a loud whine from Scaramouche. Should he really be this turned on? Scaramouche presses his cheek against one of his knees. More, please. The pace began to speed up. With the thingamajig, the man can't go too fast, but Scaramouche found himself writhing under the hold of the delivery man. once the thrust went over a specific threshold. His body rocked against the couch, and each thrust pushed a creak out from the floorboards. Each thrust got harder, and the creaks got louder. What about when we... Oh no, it's okay. I could picture that perfectly. Because I concentrate like really hard when I read your stuff. Like I get really immersed in it, so I have no problem with hours. Yeah, the details my brain can't imagine. Sorry, Eva. We'll get to an ice cream fic after this. I promise. I mean, I'll do an ice cream censorship. Do you have trouble then? Nope. Not when we do stuff. Right stuff. Okay. A vein popped from the side of the delivery man's forehead, and his lips pressed together as he continued to F into Scaramouche. His eyes, once taken over by a storm, had been completely drained by something far more terrifying. They were empty, like a void, only reflecting Scaramouche's lustful figure. It was the only thing on his mind, to completely wreck him. Does it feel good being stuffed like this? Scaramouche wanted to hide how much pleasure he was getting from all of this, but his face was completely blissed out. Tears and dizziness wavered his vision, and his mouth was moving on its own. Once the delivery man's predatory growls, Scaramouche let out high-pitched whines and moans. In every way, they were so different, yet their bodies molded together so perfectly. Oh, he was so attached. He was so full, filled to the brim with such an overwhelming feeling that it made him giddy. Make you mine. Going to make you come inside of you. Scaramouche squeals. Yes, pretty please, senpai. The grip on his leg tightens and pushes him back down. Want me to knock you up here? Force you to have my children? Come on, you can handle it. Come on. Scaramouche knows it's impossible. Not if you're a dragon. But the idea kicks it up a notch. The thrill of forever submitting to this stranger, conceived in such a slutty position, folded in half, drove the cracks in Scaramouche's mind even further, and he shrieks. Loud moans and screams permeate the room, as well as their skins slapping against each other as the man drives his dong in deeper. He pounded Scaramouche relentlessly, even with the doodad plugging up half his hole. With 2 long dongs inside of it, the bulge comes up every time the man buries himself. Nothing about this was family friendly at all. It ain't family friendly to begin with. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I can imagine ice cream just fine, but actual yabe, brain be going for error 404. Error 404. Did you just say senpai? Senpai. Senpai. Oni-chan. I'm sorry. I did say it. I did say senpai. I mean, I figured I'd throw it in there since they are like role playing. Schoolgirl Scara. At this angle, his cum would reach so deep inside of Scaramouche. Would a whore like you even be a good parent? God, look at you, taking 2 dongs at once. What a terrible influence. His hips slammed down with no mercy, plunging into Scaramouche's hole. Ruin that doll, yeah! Scaramouche hiccups. No, he needs it. His mind was screaming at him. Please, I'll be good, Senpai. I'll be good. Strong hands fly to his throat. He's being choked. Oh my god. Why did I get... Strong hands fly to his throat, choking him. Amen. Choke him. Oops, I forgot I'm loud. Can I give this some kudos again? Don't ever call me Senpai. Senpai Jaxie. Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, can we do Schoolgirl Scara? Sure. Oh, I added I've added Schoolgirl to the list. Senpai, do not Senpai Jaxie. Okay. Senpai. Yabe Senpai. Yabe. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll stop. Oh my god. Strong hands fly to his throat, choking him. Amen. The fingers press under his jaw. Scaramouche gasped before the hands tightened, getting a comfortable grip on his small neck. Amen! His eyelids fluttered as his eyes rolled back, and his hands clawed at the arms, binding his throat down. There was nothing his little dainty hands could do, though. He could feel his head sink deeper into the plush cushion of the couch. Yeah! You higher. Sorry, Jaxie. I won't do it again. He was completely plugged up on both ends. Lube squelches and squeaks from his hole, dripping onto the couch, while his drool runs down his mouth. Webs of saliva stretches in his mouth as another flurry of toe-curling thrusts force him into a silent scream. You'll be good. He jostles Scaramouche's neck like a leash. Be a good little bitch and have my children. Yes, Senpai. Yes. Yes, Senpai. Oh my god. She's gonna do it again. Right when you said that. Okay, so he sobs with each initial take of breath. Even with the... I didn't know you were there, Vucky. Hi. Anyways, he sobs with each initial take of breath. Even with little air to speak with, he begs and begs with small squeaks for the man to press down on his body harder. Mess him up deeper. Ruin him more. Harder and harder and harder. every plea the man listened to. His body rocked and quaked from his body being effed mercilessly, as well as the pure excitement and arousal rushing through him. One hand falls from his throat and to his lower stomach, pressing down by rocking his heel under his belly button. His hand blanketed over the entirety of his stomach. Scaramouche keens at the sensation of the dongs effing him multiplies tenfold. You're so small. His stomach dips even further as he presses more, emphasizing Scaramouche's lithe body. Can't wait to fill you up. Make you round and perfect for me. The grip on his throat tightens, cutting his words into a gasp. That's right, choke him. Finally, someone here to set you right and to make you stop being such a slut. Make you my housewife and take care of the little kitties. And force you to take me to the dong every night so we can have a nice, big, annoying family. Is this his ploy all along? Slut Scaramouche out only to tame him? To F him until he's bleeding to have his little kitty children? He didn't even know his name. The man was being so rough, but it was necessary. Scaramouche was a hoe, and he needed to be whipped back into shape. This is really funny. Scaramouche winces as he squeezes out a painful yes out of his lips. Maybe he could be perfect for him. Perfect for their family. If it meant that he could get effed like this, then he would take it. He could picture it already. The love, the stability. He gets it now. He wants it. He wants anything this man wants for him. For them. Fudge. Scaramouche keens. He needs to say it, even with a death grip around his neck. He needs to say it. Give me your babies. I'll be good. Let me be good. Give me them little babies. Technically, if he were a dragon, it would be possible. When he feels the delivery man spill inside, his head rolls back. The man F's his cum deeper, securing Scaramouche's impurity. His muddled begs and whimpers spill from his lips, but he was so happy. His right hand drops down to his stomach as if to savor the feeling of being so full. Finally, he was all his. Tears sprint down his face, completely elated. The hand on his neck finally released. He should have blacked out, honestly. And the air rushing into his lungs, and the dizziness that spotches his vision. Fudge. All he can do is scream. His body trembles and his legs quiver as he comes. It was almost embarrassing how reactive his body was, if not for the fact that Scaramouche was riding one of the most earth-shattering orgasms of his entire life. Previous orgasms from earlier had practically ripped his body apart, making this one hit 10 times harder. His hand claws at his own stomach, while his other hand lets go of his knee and down onto the edge of the couch cushion, sinking his fingers in. Spasms and shocks of pleasure assaulted his body, and his mind felt so light. He was a mess. His chest rises and falls as he comes down from his euphoric high. When his vision evens out, the figure over him becomes more and more clear. The image of a ruthless delivery man ebbs away into a more familiar, comforting one. His entire body practically deflated on that couch. Are you okay? He feels a hand caressing his hair before feeling a thumb gently graze his cheek. He giggles. He must have looked really insane. The embarrassment doesn't get him through the light haze that clouded his mind. God, that was amazing. Ugh. Scaramouche sighs. He presses Child's hand closer to his face. His legs fall from its bent position, finally releasing the tension that had built up in his hips. He winces before huffing out his nose. Oh, thank God, Child sighs in relief. I thought I went too far. Scaramouche snorts. Trust me, I don't think that's possible with me. No, don't say that. Child brushes the back of his hand over Scaramouche's forehead, wiping the sweat-drenched strands over his face. He absent-mindedly smiles at the tender gesture. It's fine, Scaramouche insists. A tease formed at the end of his tongue, but seeing how soft Child's face was, he chose not to say anything. That, and the fact that he was tired. His body felt like jelly. Eventually, Child ran a rag under cold water and pressed against Scaramouche's entrance after taking the doodad out. At first, he winced at the touch, but the cold soothed the burning stretch. Any cum that dipped out got absorbed by the rag. Thanks for playing on script. You're a good actor, Scaramouche purrs. He takes the rag from Child, allowing the latter to take his hands off. With his other hand, he picks up the discarded delivery jacket and uses it as a blanket. Child stirs. Here, I'll clean up. Thank you. Scaramouche wipes the cum off his chest with the back of his other hand. And get me a few napkins. Oh, and the doodad. Can you wash that too? Make sure to use warm water and soap. Child just stares back with furrowed brows. It wasn't like Child was above touching something that went inside him. Surely it wasn't that much of a task, right? Eventually, Child rolls his eyes and says with a mocking tone, Yes, honey. Despite his attitude, Scaramouche knew Child was far from pissed. Within the first half of their time, it seemed Child created a precedent for himself. That being, he had to do all the cleaning. It wouldn't have happened if he chose to stay in bed a little longer. Scaramouche hums to himself in triumph. Even when Child stared at him with a disapproving glare, Scaramouche could only look back with pinched eyes and a shit-eating grin. He got it his way. He always got his way. He stares up at the ceiling as the sound of the faucet running in the bathroom plays in the background. The feeling of triumph fades away, and suddenly everything feels really blank. Clarity was settling in, cleaning away the stains of his orgasm in his mind. He lets out a curt laugh. So now what? He has sex with Child, the thing he has been wanting to do ever since he's moved here. So much sex, he lost count. The rag between his cheeks drives it home that this was real. Not that his big, grand scheme had worked out. That was all he could ask for. So now what? Questions of their shady, defined relationship fill his mind. He twists his head, feeling the cushion threads against his cheek, and sighs. He goes pink when thinking back to their conversation about family. It was literally for the sake of roleplay. Why are you taking it so seriously? He laughed again at that, but there is no humor. Not like they could actually make a family like that. But still, Scaramouche thinks back to his call with Chiscara. Little rascal, the kid managed to worm his way into his heart, and how his family looked after him. It all made sense why Child really liked family. To have people look after you, even while you are having sex on the kitchen floor with whipped cream several miles away from home. His face dips. What's that? A roleplay where we roleplay. Okay. Should that be The schoolgirl one. I mean, if you're serious about that. It could be, but it was a joke. Oh, damn. Well, let me change the channel again. I just thought it was funny. Ugh. I like not using tone indicators and watching your reactions so then I could say JK after. Jaxie! I have to get you for that. His face dips deeper underneath Child's jacket. Ugh, the comfort and warm and fuzzy feelings that accumulate doesn't make the revelation go away. If anything, it makes it worse. He did promise to visit, though he was also half hoping that Tusa would forget that he existed. However, the thought of letting the boy down makes Scaramouche grunt. He was so terrible. Why did the prospect of meeting someone's family make him feel so nervous? Not only that, but also the idea that Child would even want to keep in touch after this? It seemed so intimate, far more intimate and closer than sex. That, in itself, makes him shake his head. It was like Child was rubbing off on him, and not just in a physical way. It wasn't supposed to be that deep. For a brief moment, he forgot this entire fling was just because they were bored and didn't know what to do for 6 hours. Speaking of which, the clock was ticking. It was devastatingly sobering. Child deserves someone more respectful, someone with good values and a heart to his home, not someone who has to stick up his ass in more ways than one. It shouldn't matter really, but Scaramouche wonders what Child sees of him. His thoughts are cut off when Child pops out from the hallway and joins Scaramouche on the couch, a forced smile plastered on his face. It seems convincing enough. Child moves Scaramouche's legs and seats himself underneath. Scaramouche's legs draped over Child's lap as he tips his head back on the couch. Did you like the surprise I had? Scaramouche wiggled his eyebrows. He prods his toes on Child's shoulders and giggles when Child twists his face and leans back. I like how playful Scaramouche is. It reminds me of that gem from Hoseki no Kuni. While Child had a good idea what the whole scenario was going to include. The 6 toys in the box were a fun surprise Scaramouche drew in. Test Child's improvisation skills. Except when Child stutters and averts his eyes, he can sense something fishy. He puts his feet down. Did you not like it? Come on. It was kind of genius. I liked it, yeah. Child finally decides. Though the hesitation that lingered in the air made it all too easy to question him. It's us. Really? In this? Really? Cool. I didn't think we'd go that far. Child's a big clueless guy who looks nice. Then Scara is the super flirty when he really gets hit. Yeah, that is us. I should really reply to something after this. But am I gonna take an eternity to reply again? Scaramouche squints his eyes. Oh, really? He nods, but it only takes a cocked eyebrow to make Child spill the beans. Okay, well, I liked it, yeah, but it wasn't like Child shrugs. A surprise? Well, it was like, but, well, I kind of knew you, know what? Scaramouche's confused tone wasn't assertive in any way, but it still makes Child ramble even more. Child rubbed Scaramouche's leg, and it would have been soothing if Scaramouche could see right through him. If anything, it was more for Child's sake than his own. It's nothing, don't worry. Cut to the chase. What is it? I saw your doodad before, when I was here last time. His voice squeaks out each word, as if Scaramouche was squeezing each word out of him. Child cowers as he murmurs, "Sorry?" The silence was so deafening. The only sound between them is the sound of Scaramouche's lips parting back in shock. Into shock. Scaramouche couldn't tell him if he should be mad or not. His indecisive mind inevitably makes the silence drag to a second too much for Child's liking. But the sex was good, right? Splat! Scaramouche threw the rag at Child's face. Almost done. After seeing how much success and inspiration that one Sumero movie had given him, Scaramouche went on a movie marathon. His brain could have practically rotted from the amount of tension and sappy moments he had indulged in all at once. Though, by the end of the night, his eyes fluttered close, and with his drool pulling underneath his mushed cheek, he finally got the formula. In just 3 days, he would get to test his hypothesis. I really like that he likes, romance movies. I'm a sucker for romance. Certain ones, though. But it also fits with his lore of how much he wants a heart and how much he just wants to be loved. It's really cute. Did you actually think Rin added their own fanfic to the pile? No. I thought about it, but there's no way in the abyss that I'm reading that on stream. Even though I should embarrass myself and read it on stream. But no. Even though that took me a whole day, I missed the 1 month anniversary writing that stupid fic. Anyways, back to this. With a stay-at-home job, Those 3 days felt like 3 weeks. When all you see is the confines of your own apartment, time acts differently. It may have also felt like a long wait because he was dying to see Child again. He even picked out his outfit in advance. An old graphic t-shirt that had been cut into a crop top, and some gray sweats. The best of both worlds. I like his like uber casual sexy outfits. Like I used to see some of those on Instagram. Fanfic, their own. I think he's talking about. Okay, so a while ago, I was reading the fanfic that I made for you on stream, but I was reading like the draft version, and then I stopped. So I think that's what he meant. Like if that fanfic is in the pile of what I'm gonna read next. But no, it's not. The knock on his door sounds like heaven to his ears. He waits a few seconds, flails his arms to loosen the nerves, and shakes his head, hyping himself up before opening the door. He purrs when he sees Child, causing the redhead to look up from the door. Step 1. Guide the imagination. Hi, Child. Scaramouche leans against the door frame, jutting his hips out. You're just on time. I just finished my yoga session. There was no yoga session, but Scaramouche wasn't a stranger to stretching. He tips his head and curves his eyes in two crescents to hide the amusement of what he was thinking. Seriously, what a dirty mind. He would be more grossed out if he didn't have a mission. From the look in his face, he just seemed pleased to see Child. Yoga? Sweet, Child nods along. Personally, I am not that flexible, nor patient enough, but I know a few friends who really like it. The fanfic you made for me? OMG, which fic is that? Jackson, you forgot already? The fic? Where? The fic I wrote that caused me to miss the one month of the roleplay of when we... This one. But I removed the rest of the illustrations because it did not. I remember that one, yes. Yeah, this one. The one that started out as like a super small fic. A super small non-con fic. And then I cleaned it up. Took out the non-con stuff. That one was nice. Thanks. I kind of hate it though, but thanks. I should take out the other illustration. I kind of hate seeing... There. I don't know, it's just weird seeing my art for a dirty fic. I love them. Shut up. Thank you. I love the art. Well, I'll include it in like a Google Doc version just for you. But for other viewers, no. I'm not putting it back there. Put it back. No. No. do want to read this. I think I had way more planned for this fic too, because I went all around Mondstadt and Leeway taking pictures of areas I wanted to draw, because they were gonna have like a nice, cute little date in Leeway. What had happened at this part? But I was already pressed for time, so I had to cut it out. You better. I'm not putting it back, Jaxie. I'm not. No. It's not going back. It's not. Okay, back to this because we're almost done with it. You think I'm flexible? Scaramouche scoffs. Child blinks before stuttering. He could have shrugged, brushed it off with a passing comment, and continued with his day. Yet, each sound that trips on his tongue gives a very telling story of where his mind was trailing off to. Oh, child, when will he realize that he can see right through it? Right through him. I mean, you better for the doc. Oh yeah, I definitely will. Besides, I got the stories, the pictures listed in the tweet. Child blinks before stuttering. He could have shrugged, brushed it off with a passing comment, and continued with his day. Yet, each sound that trips on his tongue gives a very telling story of where his mind was. Yeah, I already read that part. Well, if you do yoga, you would be flexible. I mean, you are, right? Somewhat. But I can do a lot of positions. Scaramouche's tongue emphasizes all the right places in his words to make Child blush. He doesn't stop there, though. But, like you said, I don't think you're patient enough to see me attempt all of them now, Delivery quotas, how annoying. Scaramouche sighs as if it was truly a burden. It was. He runs his hand over his exposed stomach, letting the fabric rise over his arms. Oh gosh, even Child couldn't suppress his own thoughts. If it was towards the lewd connotation, the displays of his slender waist, or both, Scaramouche didn't know. What he did know, however, was how each action he did was controlling Child's mind like the strings on a puppet. Laura called back. His hand underneath his shirt travels down his shoulder, raising the crop top all the way up to his chest, and forces Child to suck in a breath. See? Just like a puppet. Oh my gosh, is right. When are you going to hand me my package? Scaramouche finally laughs. That snaps Child out of his thoughts. Sorry, my bad. Step 2. Light touches. Scaramouche's fingers lightly dust across Child's before getting a good grip of the box. It wasn't big, but would still require both of his arms. He savored the few seconds and his cold fingers felt against his warm hands. Damn, it's 11 already? Oh my god. Touches do not always have to be tangible. For example, his attention should be on his package, but his eyes remain on Child's. With just his eyes, he can feel the heat emanating from his cheeks. Maybe Child could feel it too, how Scaramouche's eyesight caresses his face, going over the curve of his cheek, down the slope of his jaw, and over the gulp of his Adam's apple. If he traced his eyes lower now, never mind. Thank you, Child. Don't know what I would do without you. Scaramouche moves to place the box next to his shoe rack. He didn't need to see Child to know his eyes were checking out how his ass looked in sweatpants. Hey, I also can't live without shopping online. I understand. Child flicks his wrist. Here's a clipboard. And for the pen, Child pats around for the pen on his chest. When he grabs onto it, his fingers fail to hold it with a proper grip. He lets out gruntle noises as the pen slips from in his flimsy hold and falls. Scaramouche hears his child mutter some incoherent words before bending down to grab it. But Scaramouche was just as fast. Their hands overlap on top of the pen. Scaramouche's hand landed right on top of Child's, his hand dwarfed by comparison. Either Scaramouche was too small or Child was too big. Regardless, Scaramouche notices that Child doesn't move. Step 3. Pull away. Scaramouche parts with Child's fingers to grab the pen. His feathery fingers pass through Child's thicker fingers with ease and pinches the pen's grip. He pushes himself up and clicks the pen. Sorry, Child stutters as he brings himself up from his knees. He pulls out his clipboard and hands it over. No big deal. It wasn't like Scaramouche didn't like being on his knees. Don't worry. Scaramouche knows just where to sign from muscle memory. Over time, his penmanship had turned to a fancy, elegant script of his name, to a scribble of an S. He hands the clipboard back to Child and tucks the pen back into his shirt. Thank you, Child. See you next time. Child looks like he just got punched in the stomach, but he manages to keep his pride. Yeah, see you, Scara. Hope you like your stuff. Child waves. As he walks away, he even tilts his head back to prolong his wave. Scaramouche waves back and cackles when he sees Child hit himself against the wall. Okay, author notes. Not gonna lie, I don't know if I hate or like this chapter. I spent too much time on it to really know, but I didn't want to leave you guys hanging for too long. Again, kudos and comments are severely appreciated. It's all thanks to y'all that makes me continue this wet, sloppy, skin-slapping, kinky, whorish ass smut. Let's see. Damn, homeboy got double wrecked. Wondering should I comment that? I'm not commenting that. Take that little part out. Double decker wrecked. Double cheeseburger wrecked. Double scoop wrecked. double stuff wrecked. Damn, homeboy got double wrecked. Double decker wrecked. Double cheeseburger wrecked. Double scoop wrecked. Double stuff wrecked. I read this chapter 2 on stream. I wanted to know what happened next. I'm still deciding if I want to comment this. Hey Eva, are you still there? don't know if he's still there. Interesting to read. I don't think I've ever read anything like this before. I mean, like marathoning, I have read, but the whole double decker wrecked. I think I've only seen it in doujinshi. Yeah, hello there. Oh, good, you're still here. Okay, cause like I'm going to do like the ice cream censorship thing since I know that's funny. Does it sound offensive when you tell people stuff is like interesting or whatever? I know some people are kind of antsy about that. Uh, okay, let me just comment and just get the hell out of here. Yay! Oh, wait. Wait, I forgot. I wanted to include. I wanted to tell her to let Scara visit his family. Heck yeah, ice cream. Okay, now let's see. Rena, did Rena send? Rena has not sent me. That's fake. Why is James Earl Jones trending? He ain't died, did he? Okay, good. He didn't. Whoever got James Earl Jones trending for no reason should get federally evicted. You're not doing art fight this year, are you? I've never done art fight before, actually. I mean, I see it going on because an artist I follow is like participating in it so heavily, but I don't even know what art fight is. And if you're just doing like art trades and stuff with people, I doubt I'm gonna participate because I already have an art trade that's due, and it's been due for like since it's been due for months. But only because I want my side of the art trade to look. It's not technically it's not an art trade. It's a trade for design. But I'm not good with like stuff like that. Unless the other person is okay with like receiving subpar art, then I would totally do it. Okay, let's see. Ratings. Explicit 268. Really? I'm not prepared to watch Mufasa die again. Neither am I. What is this? Tethered Down the Elephant of My Mind by Gossamer. Oh, Gloss. Their stuff's decent. July 5th? Oh, that's new. What's the tags? College. College AU. Rock bands. Strangers to Lovers. Tutoring. Mutual Pining. One Shot. Zero Angst. Feelings Realization. Side Ito Goro. Explicit sexual content. Top Tartaglia. Rough oral sex. Rough sex in general. Choking. breeding? Scaramouche doesn't realize it, but he has a subspace. Unnecessary philosophy and formal logic lessons. Dom/sub undertones. Scaramouche wears cute round glasses. Yes, glasses. Porn with plot. Unjustified freshman hatred. TLDR. Scaramouche is a philosophy tutor. The child is a frat boy in a band. The title makes some sense at one point. This is 12k words. I'm gonna just save that for later. Mark for later. What's this? It's already 068 M's for me, so I better go to bed now. Good night. Oh, but I didn't know you were still here, Prubin. Good night. Good night, Prubin. Or was it Prusen? Good night, Prusen. You really read all the tags? I look for one that says smut and I click. Yeah. I don't read them all, but I read any ones like that's like relevant. And I look at word count too. I have to find one that's short enough to do this ice cream censorship. Why is this so many? How many words is this? Wow. How much? 186,000 words? That's the literal Game of Thrones. What's the main? Oh, Aether and Zhongli, Aether and Child. Oh my god, that's a lot. Why is that so much? Why is that so much? What? It's another royalty AU with a character, probably Aether. Promise to Zhongli. Oh, that reminds me. I should make a channel for that one royalty AU we had the other day. Before I forget it. So many tags. Yeah, it is. Rena has not yet come through. What's this one? 2,000 words. A little long. 17,000? There we go. 1,000 to 1,600. No, wait. From 0 to 1,600. Divine Says the Stars by Whimsy Scott. That name looks familiar. Ooh, choking? Okay. Wait, it says porn with feelings. Uh-uh. No. I need something empty. Impreg? Nah. Oh my god, why is there so many tags? Why do you need something empty? Cause then I can make ice cream. The ice cream censorship out of it. Not you winking at the impreg tag. Oh my gosh. What's this? Modern setting? Wait, I read that already. Yeah. Can't really do anything with any ice cream with that one. I read it, so I need something I haven't read. What's this? I read that too, I think. I'll read it anyway. I think, because I don't think I read this one. So basically, like what I do with like the ice cream, with like the ice cream censorship, if I remember from last time. I'm assuming Genshin doesn't have an official explanation for impreg. It doesn't exist at all in Genshin. You know, they follow like human laws and stuff. Genshin is not that kinky of a game. The only thing that's ever come out of it is the creators just shipping the ginger boy with the dragon boy. Like, that's the farthest you'll get any sort of shipping or anything. Everything else is just the fandom taking the lore and running with it. Okay, let's see. I love the way you taste by Broken Wii Remote. Child really can't get enough of Scara. Scaramouche is a strong man, or at least he would like to think this way. He's the 6'2" harbinger, a puppet, immortal, and not even to mention over 100 years old. He has been through wars, hardships, lovers, and even close deaths. But under his lover's tongue, he feels weak, submissive, and absolutely starstruck. He wishes he could say he didn't know how he had gotten himself into this predicament, but that would be a big fat lie. He knew exactly what he was doing when he approached the child, ice cream in hand, telling him that they were more similar than they thought. They had wants and desires that only the other could fulfill with a tub of ice cream. And so, he was pulled out of his thoughts by the quick flick of a tongue against his most sensitive area, coated with ice cream, of course, causing him to gasp and gasp and grind his hips down on child's ice cream. The wine that ripped itself out from the ginger's throat caused a vibration, going straight towards Scaramouche's ice cream covered parts. He gripped the headboard behind child, knuckles white from the intensity of his actions. Mowing lewdly with little regard for the thin walls. I totally forgot how to do ice cream censorship. forgot. Child pulled his head away from Scaramouche's ice cream covered heat. So sensitive and vanilla-y, he whispered, adjusting his grip on the blue-haired man's hips before pushing him back down and pouring a whole bunch more ice cream on him and getting some more ice cream sandwiches while he was at it. Scaramouche's jaw dropped in a silent scream. All those ice cream sandwiches being wasted. He couldn't believe it. Child was now heavily against him, mixing all the ice cream together and just slamming it down on him. And Scaramouche grinds down against the ginger's face. It takes a whole self-control not to get that tub of ice cream and squeeze it all over Child's head, and then himself. He begins to feel a hot pressure build in his belly because he really wants to eat that ice cream, and it's just making him feel all hot and bothered because it's being wasted. And then he pushes down his face even more, choking Child for wasting all that ice cream. Child lifts Scaramouche off his mouth, slick and ice cream attaching to his lips. Swears he feels himself get even more upset at the sight. Tartaglia, Scaramouche whines, attempting to wow, this is short. Funniest shit I've ever heard. I don't know if you're serious or not, but I'm at a loss as where to take this. I think that one time I did ice cream censorship, I think that was a one-time only thing. Oh, by the way, Eva, comments with curse words don't show up. But they show up on the stream video. Impreg Genshin sounds so funny. It does. And Scaramouche whines, attempting to grind down again and put some more ice cream on himself, but his lover's grip holds him in place. I couldn't breathe, Child, or Tartaglia, says. His breath is ragged, and his face and shoulders are covered in so much ice cream. There's even a piece of an ice cream sandwich on his head. It works Scaramouche up more than before. Child's eyes stared up into his own, pupils dilated. He finds himself filled with disbelief. Why didn't you tell me sooner? He exclaims. You and that ice cream just taste so good, Scara. Tartaglia whines, plunging back in. Scaramouche wouldn't be able to last much longer at this point, and neither would all that ice cream. That's unused ice cream that's on like the side of the bed, and it's just melting. Like Scaramouche just wants to eat the rest of that ice cream. When Tartaglia stopped again, Scaramouche knew it was intentional. For God's sake, that ice cream was just resting on Scara's abused body. The ginger had worked him up to the point of almost completion, then stopped. The blue-haired man reaches down and takes a handful of red hair. And slaps a little bit of ice cream on him too. One hand still holding onto the headboard, and yanks. Ice cream, yum, yum, tastes goody. Oh my gosh. Tartaglia's eyes practically rolled back in his head, moaning into Scaramouche's ice cream covered body. That was all it took to push Scaramouche over the edge. And he accidentally knocked over all the ice cream and all the extra ice cream sandwiches, and now it's all on the floor and it's a big mess, and he's so disappointed because he actually wanted to eat the rest of that ice cream later. Scaramouche falls to the other side of the bed, staring up at the ceiling and whining. The ginger sits up and looks at him, staring in disbelief. I cannot believe you, Tartaglia cries. All that ice cream. Don't you watch yourself? Don't act all innocent, ho. I know what you were doing. He snapped back with no real bite. Tartaglia quiets. The Scaramouche could see him smirking himself, satisfied. Too tired to deal with anything to you, Tartaglia, Scara says, closing his eyes. Don't worry, it's been taken care of, Angel. That makes Scaramouche sit up, snapping his head over. Don't tell me. You put all that ice cream. Child gives him a shit-eating grin. Oh no, not the ice cream. I can't believe if you're actually enjoying this, that's nice. Cause ice cream censorship I don't think is doable anymore. Wait. Let me mark that for later so I can find it. Where's that one fic? Now that one was ice cream. I was able to let's see. It was a reader fic. Oh shoot. Is this it? Oh, hell no, that ain't it. What? Oh my god. Yeah, I guess we're not finding that fic tonight. Unless... Use the tags. What are you doing? Tag search. I don't even know how to do that. Oh, wait. It's down here, isn't it? Oh, wait. I've got to take this out. None of these are it. I don't think. How do you use AO3 and can't tag search? Cause I never used this site. I only follow links here. That's how I find half these pics. I follow a link and then I click on a tag. I never search. I think the only time I've ever searched was on stream. Or if I knew the name of something. Let me see. I think it was in my... I think I had it in the... like, my bookmarks for... streaming. Huh. Not even in my history. That sucks. I don't want to search any more tags. And ice cream censorship takes up way too much brain power. I think I'm gonna clock out. I kind of hate how safe this one is. Real quick. Oh shoot, no, I can't edit it. I was gonna edit it back to its original state. But I guess I won't. I wrote this? Okay, I was gonna read that out loud, but okay, so should I close the stream out by reading my own fic out loud? I personally don't know if that's a good idea, but if you guys want it, I'd do it. Want what? Oh, I was asking, did you guys like if you guys want to, like, I could read that fic I wrote to close out this stream. I could. Nah. Sure, go for it. That's one vote. Eva? if you're still there, or Vucky, if you're still there. I tried reading it last time and I literally could not get through it. I mean, reading someone else's stuff is one thing, but reading your own, that's a whole nother ballpark. Well, sorry, I gotta go eat lunch now, so. Oh, perfect! Oh, and the timer just hit 2 hours. I can go off then. And respond to this overdue roleplay. So overdue. All 4 of them. I'm gonna go now. Let's switch this over. Bye bye! Oh yeah, thanks for going on this journey with me. We made it 4 chapters. Spent several hours reading it. I can't believe I did that. But you know, what's life without being a little daring? I don't think I'll ever be doing this again. I mean, with another fic. I mean, we are gonna finish this fic out when she, or they, when they publish the next 5, 6, 2 chapters. Bye.